Hello family, welcome back to the Hillside Homestead. Today I wanted to give you a little tour of what is growing on the hillside. I wanted to let you know first that my garden this year is made up of two sections. The first section is the raised bed section, which we'll go over, and the second section up there is the in-ground section. The Bible has two sections to it also. It has the Old and the New Testament. And when Jesus came on the scene during the New Testament, he talked a lot about the Old Testament, the scriptures that referred to himself and to his word. His word also has the Ten Commandments, and they are made up of two sections. The first section is our love to God, how we express our love to God. And they start with, have no other gods before me. I mean, no, who else can we worship but the true God, the God of heaven, the creator? Do not worship graven images. Graven images can't save you. Only Jesus can save you. Do not take the name of the Lord God in vain. Why would we want to take his name in vain, the one who created us? We need to respect him and keep him holy. The last of our love to God is remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. He expresses in his Bible the seventh-day Sabbath to keep it holy. It is throughout the Old and New Testament. The last six is our love for our fellow human beings. The first, honor your father and mother. That's self-explanatory. Do not steal. Do not commit adultery. Do not lie. Do not covet. These things express our respect and our love for our fellow human beings around us. We know those. Those are the ones that can even put us in jail. But a lot of us choose not to obey those commandments. They're both very important. Our love to God and our love to our fellow human beings. God's commandments still stand today. In Revelation, it says, blessed are those who keep his commandments and have the faith of Jesus. So I wanted to go over that, the two sections, because my garden has two sections. Let me show you the raised bed section first. All right, let's start over here where we have some tomatoes growing in here. And this is amazing to me. I've always talked about having a raised bed, but I really have never had a raised bed section. I've always done in the ground. But this year I decided, okay, I talk about it. I tell people you can do this. And I just wanted to show you, look at the tomatoes that are growing on the vine. And in the raised bed, it's only composted materials. No added materials in here, just food scraps, paper towel and toilet tissue rolls cut up. And the tomatoes are just taking off in here, as you can see, I hope. All right, down here I have my persimmon that is finally taking some root there in the pot. And this is a squash plant that I planted in the pot. And these are volunteer squash that just came up when I started this little compost bins here. Over here I have my elderberry, another persimmon plant back here that has not developed leaves yet. That is a blueberry plant in there. And here are my potatoes. My potatoes need some more dirt inside there, but they are growing tremendously. All right, we're gonna keep going. In this bucket, I just planted some carrot seeds, some long carrot seeds. So I'm waiting for them to take root and grow. In here, I have another tomato plant right in there. And you can see that beautiful tomato. This is a broccoli plant and a few cabbages in there. And I don't expect, well, they're growing. In here is some more squash, and all along here are my fruit plants, as you see. So this is my raised bed section, and the Lord is definitely blessing it. We haven't got a lot of rain like we usually get during this time, so it's taking a lot to keep everything watered, but the Lord is supplying. I have water tanks, and I'm going to show you that because this is something you can get. I have one barrel here that collects water, so I know that things are going to be short, water bills are going up. Get yourself a barrel, collect some rainwater. Just make sure you put a screen over it so the mosquitoes don't take over. Over here is my other fruit trees, which are going tremendously. And on this peach tree, I have one peach that is growing. And these are in containers. Look at that. I'm just so excited about that one peach on this tree. And this is a brand new tree. Over here, I have my overwintered pepper plant. And yes, it is a pepper. And you can see how fast it starts to grow when it's overwintered. Peppers take a long time. They like a lot of heat. So it is nice to see that this is already developing little peppers on there. I also have some more grapevines in the pot, which once they root, I plan to give away. In the pot also are my pineapples that I am trying to grow. Okay, over here is the other water tank that I have by the greenhouse, and it collects water, and it collects it slowly. So what I do is I run the water from another water tank that I have up the hill, and I just siphon it off into this water tank down here. Okay, that is the raised bed section. Okay, over here is the Hugo Mound. It is looking good. My squash plants don't look great, and I think that's because they're just not getting enough water, but they are growing. And I don't see squash on them yet, and I'm praying those squash bugs don't come around. Okay, up the hill, over on this side, you can see all my sweet corn, and it is just blowing in the wind. And this is Peaches and Cream. I believe that's the name of this brand of corn, and it is delicious. Delicious. I tasted some last year, and I was like, oh my, this is what I want. So this is my sweet corn. Over in this section, I have eggplants planted, and in that pot back there is my little apple seed that is growing up into a tree, which I planted. I am just so excited about that. Actually, there's two, but this one is doing wonderful, and we're just going to keep babying it, and watch it grow. Okay, and I told you that this was the section where you come into the garden, little trellis area, and over here are the cucumbers, and they are growing up, and I hope to just let them grow and wind all the way around the trellis. Okay, in this section I planted beans, and I planted them kind of late, but they are starting to pop up out of the ground. I planted some green beans, some mixed colored beans, and those purple eye beans that I learned from my sister Angela in the Busy Bees garden. So I hope mine grow up like hers. Over in this section, there are some more pepper plants. There are bell peppers and some sweet peppers and some basil right in there. And in here is my broccoli, which is just growing. They're just humongous. I got them covered because I don't want them eaten, but they are getting so big. And right next to them in the other section is the cabbage. And just a few of them are starting to form little heads. The rest of them are kind of little. Okay, here's my strawberry section over here. And they got off to a very slow start, but there are strawberries growing in there. I tasted one yesterday and it was delicious. If we could get some more rain, I know they would take off. All right, here's some lettuce that I have to come harvest, and my 2 celery plants that survived are in here. And over here are my white potatoes that are growing very nicely. And here is, if you can see because the sun is coming, here is the sweet potato section. Everything needs watering this morning. Over here, I planted some Cascade Ruby Gold corn. Now this corn is not sweet. It is mainly for grains like cornmeal. So it is popping up out of the ground. It's the first time I tried it. I want to try to see if I can grind my own cornmeal. It's only a little over here, but if it works, we'll keep trying it. So I think that would be great if I can't get cornmeal, because I do like some cornbread. I can grind these corns. You hang them up inside and you just let them dry once they are fully developed. Over in this section is my watermelon plants, and they are doing really good. If you can see that. And over on the cattle panel fence, I have some different types of tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. There is the Bradley tomato up on the other fence. And this tomato over here is some Rutler's tomatoes. And I believe, besides my onions that are on the outside of the fence, and I have flowers that I planted on around the fence that are growing. I think that's pretty much it. I do have my red coxcomb that my sister Angela gave me that are growing around. I have some more flowers inside that are growing that my sister gave me also. And family, I think that is it for the Hillside Garden. Hopefully in a little bit you'll see the flowers shoot up out of the ground. I've planted some flowers in here, and I see that they're shooting up already. Look at that. It's just amazing. This right here is a blueberry, thornless blueberry, a thornless blackberry plant. And one of the members in my church gave me these, and it is also rooting also. So I think that's pretty much it. Up on the deck there is a Myers lemon that is growing, getting little lemons on it. There is also an orange tree, which I forget the name of that orange, but it has little flowers that are blooming also. I have up there a avocado tree, a cold weather avocado, but it is not doing great. This is my 3rd time trying, and I will not try again with that cold weather avocado. So I just wanted to show you the garden, show you what you can be doing in the ground. Doesn't have to be this size. You can do it in the raised beds. And it's just amazing to watch how God uses nature, sunshine and rain, to just get everything growing. So, family from the Hillside Homestead, God bless you. Remember to study God's Word. That's where we find out his will for our lives, tells us about these last days that we're living in, how to get ready for his coming. And I pray that you and I will both be ready to meet him when he comes. Don't forget to be a blessing if you can. And God bless you also.